Have you ever met someone and you just felt chill because this 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 so-called person you're looking at, you don't feel personality inside. You feel this thing felt empty. It feels like you are facing, you're trying to interacting with a robot that isn't really capable of human interacting. Apparently, I have around 2 experiences so far that I just have this feeling of I felt chill. I felt this human. I felt I'm interacting with a robot, even though it looks like a human, but it feels like a robot. Surprisingly to me, one was in New Zealand. I was in New Zealand. I met this one guy. Another time I was in China. So let's talk about this New Zealand guy first. Actually, in New Zealand, I had two experiences that I'm just facing a robot. But the first one is okay. Let me talk about the first one. I was on the top of a mountain. There's a ski field in Frankton, New Zealand. I ride my bicycle up to the top of the ski field. If you watch my old videos, you will probably see that episode. I was cycling up to the ski field. I overestimate the food I should carry. I didn't carry enough food, so I'm at the top. It was -10 Celsius, quite cold. I'm out of energy. I desperately need food before I go down to go down the mountain, which is very cold. Before I go down, I need energy. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna damage my body if I'm keep spending more energy. Okay, the ski field is about to close. It's actually closed, but people are still leaving there. So everyone is leaving, but I'm just went into the ski field. I found this restaurant. The restaurant has closed, and the staff was there to to clean up stuff and be ready to go. I was like, dude, I'm starving. I'm out of energy. I desperately need food. Otherwise, I would get in trouble. And this female waitress, she heard my call. She comes and said, "I'm sorry, I can't do anything. We are closed." I'm like, what? Between me and her is a shelf full of sneakers and other energy bars. She was like, "I'm sorry, we are closed. I can't provide you anything." I'm like, am I talking to the robot? I'm like, it's literally right here. It's literally right here. She said, "Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. It's not like the person is selfish or what. It's not. You can't even call it this selfishness. It's just not there. She don't have the program or intelligence or whatever to interact with my request. It's like a robot. Yeah, this is not available. I don't know what to do. It's like, am I really interacting with human? Obviously, and functional human would think of other ways, because this fellow human is starving and desperately need energy. You don't just react with "sorry, we're closed, I can do nothing." That's not what humans react. Okay, we are complicated in intelligence. We figure things out. So she left. I met another stuff. That guy is a human. Thankfully, he, I think he brought 2 hot dogs from the back of the kitchen. He still sold me stuff. I gave him money, and he gave me. I gave him actual money, paper money. I trade. He gave me the food. I'm not sure where the money goes, but he did a human thing, which is helping me, and I got the food, and then I found the last shuttle bus to go down the mountain. The driver was a human, thankfully. He was like, yeah, you can go on for free. Otherwise you're gonna suffer riding down. It's dangerous, whatever. That's a human interaction. You don't find the driver says, I'm sorry, maybe you can't pay money because it's closed. We are closed. You can't pay money because you can't pay money, so I can't carry you down. I don't know what's gonna happen to you. I have no idea. See you later. That's what's meant to be human. Okay, that's the first story. That I did get help. The second one, I didn't get help. I was in Bank Peninsula near Acre Road in Canterbury, Christchurch. It's in New Zealand. There's a bay called Pigeon Bay at the Bank Peninsula. I was riding my bicycle to that place. It's all about this shitty fucking bicycle. Bikepacking, I never carry enough stuff when I was doing bikepacking. I always run out of food. I was backpacking the Bank Peninsula, and at that one afternoon, I rode my bicycle down to Pigeon Bay because it was late. I estimate I probably need to eat before I ride back to Christchurch, which is around, I don't know, like 50 kilometers. So I went down Pigeon Bay because I saw the Google Maps saying there's a restaurant or whatever. I went down Pigeon Bay, which is it's like a few kilometers ride from an altitude around 500 meters down to the sea level. And I rode down. There's no restaurant. It's just missing information on Google Maps. There's actually nothing there. The restaurant, there's no restaurant there. There are people residency there, but there's no restaurant. I couldn't find food, and then I was like, okay, then next then I'm not gonna be able to ride home, so I'm gonna find a place to get overnight. It was still early spring. It was quite chilly down night, so I went to this homestay or hotel or whatever. It's a typical nice home you will see in a film. It's like a big mansion. It's like a castle, very complex, and have a garden, whatever. And it's a road. It's a little gravel climb to that property. And alongside the gravel climbs, there are, those camper vans that you can tow with your trucks. And those camper vans, the door are not closed. I can just push and get into the camper van, get overnight, and leave the other day without anyone's permission. I could just do that still, but I chose to be polite. So I went to the property, and I tried to find someone to ask them if I could stay. Ended up, there's one guy in this property, and he was a guest. So I was asking about the house, the owner of the house, to see if I can get some help from him or her. and I was asking for the contact from this guest person, and this person again gave me this chill feeling. He don't feel like a human. I'm asking for help. Could you give me some sort of contact? He just asked like that. He said like, I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to contact the host. I just don't know what to do. And he was. It's almost like in a stress, but it's like if you keep asking me for help, I will explode. It's like that. I will malfunction. Almost felt like I'm interacting with a robot, and the robot just don't have the program to interact with my request. He just don't know what to do. He's like freeze. I couldn't figure out why. I was like, do you have the like? I have a phone. Okay, you can try to remember the his number and call. Okay, if you don't have number, are you seriously saying there's no any food in this freaking mansion? You probably have a stall of kitchen, but whatever. If you're human, you don't react with like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's just it's not like this guy I'm interacting with is selfish. It's different. Selfish. If a person is selfish, he's still human. He just have this selfish personality. But this thing I'm facing with is nothing. You don't even call that selfish. It's just can't deal with that situation. It's not there. Nothing in this person. Was I interacting with a robot that just looked like a human? That is a possibility. Even though it was so bizarre if you experience that. It's so bizarre. If you look at a human-looking person, a human-looking figure, but nothing is there. It's just empty. Oh my God! It's so bizarre, that feeling. It's so bizarre. You only have this experience when you're traveling, when you're exploring. If you live in the city or even living in rural, if you don't traveling, the things around you probably gonna be normal. You only see weird stuff like this, bizarre stuff like this when you really exploring. So that person didn't provide any help. I have to leave, okay, and I don't want to stay there weird freaking place. It gave me chills. I ended up riding back Acre Road down the night and found a pub, and thankfully those pub people are human. Oh my God. You don't understand how I felt to see actual human again, unless you have actually experienced that. It's so weird. So, and then I was in China. I was recom tour in China back in 2019. I was in this Zhejiang province, the province of money. Those weird people always happen to appear at places that is related to money. If you go to even those poorest of the poor places, people eating rats, and you suddenly show up in front of them, they stare at you, don't know what to do, but somehow it still felt human. At least they felt like human. They just never seen you before. But this person, this group of person I met alongside a highway, the type of highway that all the vehicles sharing, not just the high-speed highway, but just the second-tier highway. I was riding on, And down this night, it was in winter. This fork road took off this highway. Not too far down, there's this factory of some sort. There are people standing around a fire pit and just warm themselves, and a bunch of other people in the area of the factory that has a roof covered. I was asking for firewood to cook food. Okay, all I asked was some firewood. So I get into this factory. I come to those which they are at near the entrance. Those group of people surrounding the fire pit. They're near the entrance. So I come close to them, ask, would you kindly provide some firewood, or can I buy some firewood? No one look at me. They're facing the fire pit. I was talking. No one look at me. I'm like, huh? And I ask again, could I they react like I'm invisible. I'm saying, said again, could someone provide firewood? And one guy started to talk, but still didn't look at me. He just talked with his back facing me. He said, go to the boss to ask. Go to the boss. And I was like, okay, so who's the boss, right? And he said, it's none of your business. I'm like, okay. And I left. That freaking person gave me chills. He don't have a logic there. Can you really say he's selfish? You don't feel like he's selfish. That yeah. Why are you fuck off? You don't even feel like it. Just this person is like it's not making any logical sense. What he's talking about is just random words. It's like it's so weird interacting with this. You can't interacting with those things. I call them robots rather. You can't really interact with them. You can't even form a complete sentence of the conversation. It's just like very subhuman, without proper interaction mechanisms. You can't talk to them. You can't communicate to them. They're just, it felt like very low-level robots. That's what I felt. And thankfully, majority of people I met during my touring or backpacking, whatever, are all actual humans that you can interact normally. Thank God. Imagine a world that majority of people are robots that you can't interact with. It's gonna be so cold. A world is like that. I don't know. Those robot-like people, are they even people? They might be just actual robots. You can't tell. They are around, spreading around somewhere in our world. They exist. Okay, they exist. When you travel, when you're exploring around, you will end up, if you actually really exploring, you will end up having some experience of those things. It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre.